Hey everyone, welcome back to Noiseberry Games. So I have literally just finished playing Bramble The Mountain King, literally like 2 minutes ago at the time of recording this video. And I wanted to do a little follow-up video while it's very fresh in my mind. So straight to the point, I thought I would love this game. I did love this game, don't you worry. It's, if you like games like Little Nightmares, very high quality games, very spooky, but yeah, if you like games like Little Nightmares, you're pretty much guaranteed to enjoy Bramble the Mountain King. I guessed in my John's Watch video yesterday that it would definitely be a quality over quantity kind of game. I assumed it would be fairly short, quite similar to Little Nightmares, but what you get in the short length is really high quality, and I was totally right. My playthrough took me 4.5 hours according to Steam, and that's pretty accurate. There was no like idling time during that at all. During those 4.5 hours, I collected 21 out of 30 achievements. Most of the achievements I was missing are just fairly obvious ones. Like one of the achievements is to collect all the wooden figurines, and you get an achievement for doing each of them. And there was just one I missed throughout the game. But it looks like that achievement actually tracks your stats through Steam. So like even now I've completed the game and I'm back in Steam, it says I'm 10 out of 11 on that achievement. So I think theoretically if I just load up the chapter with that last figurine, I'll unlock that achievement. And I don't want to talk about the achievements too much. I don't want to spend too much time on them because they don't matter to everybody. But most of them are, just do a couple of little tasks here and there in the game. But one of them looks so difficult. It's called Survivor, where you have to complete a playthrough without dying or restarting levels. Now, I didn't die like a ton, but I died a lot more than I was expecting. Some of the boss fights in this game, and there's boss fights at the end of pretty much every chapter, some of them were very tricky. And some of them definitely felt a little bit like trial and error, like you had to see the boss's attack patterns before you could really figure out how to fight the boss. And when I say fight the boss, you're pretty defenseless. Most of the boss fights are usually just trying to survive a little bit and maybe throw your glowing rock at them. That is how most of the boss fights go. But it definitely felt like the very first time I would face a boss, I would just kind of, sit there, run around in circles a little bit, and wait to get killed with the first attack because I didn't know how to defend myself or how to dodge the first attack. So the boss fights were a bigger aspect of the game than I was expecting, especially compared to Little Nightmares, and definitely felt like a little bit of trial and error was needed in order to learn the fights. But the checkpoint systems in this game are so incredibly forgiving, and there's even checkpoints throughout boss fights, like the second last boss, just trying to remember them. The second last boss had 3 phases, and you got a checkpoint between every phase. So dying in this game really isn't a problem. It's really not bad unless you're going for that achievement where you never die. God, that I'm not sure I'm gonna go for that achievement because it's tough. There's it's very easy to die. I will say the game is probably not for the faint of heart. If you liked Little Nightmares, but thought it was, maybe a little bit too horror-y for you, I'd maybe give this one, I'd have second thoughts about this one. It is rated M for a reason. It does get a lot darker than my video. I thought like the butcher part, the butcher area and boss fight in my video was quite dark. It definitely gets darker than that. Not like crazy darker than that, but it does get darker. So just be a little wary of that. I think it's got like content warnings on Steam, on like the store page and stuff. So the warnings are out there. It's not terrible, It's not absolutely horrific, but it's pretty dark and honestly quite scary in places. I was pretty spooked. I got jump scared like a couple of times, like I think twice throughout the whole game. But definitely a lot scarier and a lot darker than Little Nightmares, for sure. I'm also recording this video, and so I finished playing the game completely before it fully released. I finished playing it on April 25th, so it's still not coming out for 2 days at the time of recording this. And it did actually get an update on the day I'm recording this. A 1.2 gigabyte update. I don't really know what it changed because I didn't see any different settings or anything in the game. But what this is all leading into is there's still no option to disable film grain in the game right now. There's still not enough video or graphics options in the game. I even tried fiddling around with the INI file, the engine.ini file, added the usual settings that you add to Unreal 4 or Unreal Engine 4 games. Couldn't disable the film grain at all, which was disappointing because there's some areas where it looks really, really bad, and I think it's probably going to hurt the YouTube video a bit because I think just that much noise on the screen is going to make YouTube like extra compress it. So I get it's the dev's artistic vision. I can still absolutely hate film grain and want an option to disable it. I feel like depth of field is kind of integral for this game, so I can see why they maybe wouldn't want you to disable that. But film grain's just a horrible effect, and there should always be a toggle for it in games. So hopefully post-release we'll see more graphic settings and more video settings in this game, because there's not nearly enough right now. But I think that's about all I have to say on the game, really. Really, really excellent. Absolutely loved it. I'm a big fan of Little Nightmares, so I was really looking forward to this game. And it came out, and I played through the whole thing in, I think it took me like 3 days off and on, just played it a bunch on the weekend, and then finished it up after work kind of thing earlier in the week. And it definitely scratched that Little Nightmares itch, so it's definitely a game to check out and pay attention to if you enjoy those kinds of games. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!